The law's power to order a society, national or international, and so to safeguard the rights of its members consists primarily in its authority, as distinct from its capability of physical force. And this authority consists in the willingness to obey of those it commands. Obedience can be volunteered for a variety of reasons, including the conviction that what the law requires is morally right and socially beneficial. Certainly, with all due respect to Hobbes and his followers, the fear of sanction is not the only motive for compliance, nor is it a necessary one. And that's evidenced by the fact that most citizens feel bound by domestic laws that are only haphazardly enforced, and most states comply with international law despite the absence of a global executive authority. Nonetheless, the readiness of subjects to volunteer obedience is partly sustained by confidence that perpetrators of grave violations of the law expose themselves to serious threat of sanction, and that not infrequently they suffer it. If the law is not so enforced, and if grave lawbreakers are seen to act with frequent impunity, then the respect of the obedient for the law will be shaken, and its authority tend to diminish. And if this diminution proceeds far enough, then the rule of law will disintegrate, and society will dissolve into anarchy. And those who have taken advantage of others' law-abidingness will find themselves reduced to an equality of defenselessness, the laws all being flat. Usually, of course, those who disobey the law do so in order to gain some private advantage, material goods, say, or an increase in political power. But sometimes people are moved to break the law in pursuit of justice. That's because there are occasions when those with the power to enforce the law can't do so, typically because they don't have sufficient evidence to make an arrest or secure a conviction. And in those cases, private bodies might be moved to take the law into their own hands in order to administer rough justice to those whom they know, or presume to know, are criminals. As a rule, however, they shouldn't. Why? Because the laws governing law enforcement are in place to protect the innocent against wrongful arrest and excessive punishment on mistaken or fraudulent grounds. This is a protection that would-be vigilantes expect for themselves, so they can't consistently deny it to others. Further, if they do so without penalty, their action would diminish the law's authority and discourage its observance by suggesting it serves only to disadvantage the weak in relation to the strong. So for the sake of the general order and peace that ensues from prevalent respect for the law, particular pursuits of justice must be legally constrained, even at the expense of letting the devil himself escape.